Hello everyone, welcome to Neurasapiens.
In today's tutorial, we'll look at the Python string method count. So in Python, the count method returns the number of non-overlapping occurrences of a specified substring in a string object, which defaults from start to end, so beginning to the ending position of the string. There are two optional parameters, start and end, to return a slice string. For checking, the positions are interpreted as an index slice notation. So now the syntax here for the method is the string object followed by the dot count method and then three parameters. So the substring, the starting index, and the ending index. For the string method count, there's one required parameter, which is a substring to be checked, and two optional parameters, start and end. Start is the index position in the specified string where the search begins. End is the index position in the string where the search ends. So the string we'll work with here is string underscore fact variable, which is the string. Strings are immutable. Once a string is defined, it cannot be changed. So run this just to see the output here that we're working with. And we can see here the output is strings are immutable. Once a string is defined, it cannot be changed. So starting off, we'll check how many times the word immutable appears in this variable. So check how many times the word immutable appears in the variable string underscore fact. And we'll first create a variable called imCount, which is equal to the string fact variable followed by dot count. So this counts the occurrence for the word immutable in the string. And then we'll return the number of occurrences which was found. So print immutable and then imCount. And we can see here that it has found, with this method, it's found that the word immutable actually occurs once. So we can see here visually based on the string that the word immutable only occurs once. Now we can also count the occurrence of partial words. So it doesn't actually have to be a full complete word as in the string. You can count part of a string like str for the word strings. So we'll print the count for how many times this substring here, str, occurs in the entire string. So is string fact count, and then we'll count the occurrence of this. So str, we can see here based on the output that it only occurs once. Now, logically, you might think that looking at the string here, it should have counted twice, right? So str here and an str here, as there's two occurrences of the word string in this sentence, in the two sentences. And the reason for this is it only returns once because of the case sensitive. So this method is actually case sensitive. And so because one is lowercase and one is uppercase, so it does not return two. So if we convert this string to lowercase, so we can use a case for method, and I've created a video on the case for method specifically. So if you haven't watched that yet, I would suggest you watch that first before continuing on with this tutorial. So we'll have lowercase string here, which equals to string fact dot case fold, and we'll print the lowercase string just to confirm that it has all converted to lowercase. So we can see here that the string is the same, but now all the characters here are in lowercase. So strings are immutable. Once a string is defined, it cannot be changed. And so here we'll now count the occurrences for the lowercase string. So str is, and then lowercase string dot count the occurrence of the substring str. Right, so after converting it all to lowercase, it has now found both occurrences of str. So return 2. Now that all letters are lowercase. So both string occurrences are counted. And we can also count the occurrence for a letter. So for an individual letter here, we'll count for the letter A. So count the occurrence of letter A within the string. So string fact.count. And so this returns 5. So you can actually visually count in the string as well to confirm that there is 5. So 1 here for R, 1 for immutable, and then a letter A here, and then also 1 for the word cannot and 1 for change. So 5 occurrences in total. And so this is not limited. This count is not limited to just alphabetical characters. You can also count the occurrences of any punctuations or special characters. So in this case, we can count the number of times the full stop is used. So count for the number of times full stop was used. The string underscore fact dot count. This returns 2, right? So the full stop was used twice. And so that's on actually counting occurrences of substring. Now there's also 2 additional optional parameters for starting and ending. So this is based on the slice notation. So string slicing will first split the 2 strings based on each of the 2 sentences. All right, so one was strings are immutable, and the second sentence was once a string is defined, it cannot be changed. So we'll create a variable first here for slice string for the second part of the string, string fact. So this starts from index position 23 and all the way until the end. And we'll print this slice string just to confirm that this is the second sentence. And so we can see here that this is in fact the second sentence. So once a string is defined, it cannot be changed. And we'll also create a variable here for the first part of the string. So first part is equal to string fact. And then from the first character all the way until the 21st character, so 22 here is not inclusive. So this will return strings are immutable. And we can print the first part. And we can see here that this returns strings are immutable. So first sentence there. Now this is equivalent to actually explicitly stating the beginning position, which is 0 until 22. And so if we print both, you'll see that the 2 are exactly the same. So equivalent string. And you can see that both are the first sentence in the string fact. And so with this, we can actually then check, right, using both parameters start and end. So we'll start by only specifying the start parameter. So print string fact dot count the word immutable. And so this is the same as this substring here. So 23, beginning at position 23 until the very end. And so this will return 0, right? Because in this string here, once a string is defined, it cannot be changed. There is no occurrences of the word immutable. Of the word immutable. So we can run this and see that it does return 0, right? So there's no occurrences found. Now we can reverse this to then check using both starting and ending parameter to just check the first sentence. So check first sentence in the string by specifying start and end parameter, where we print the count for the word immutable is, and then string underscore fact. count. So we're counting for the occurrences for the word immutable. And then for the sentence here, strings are immutable. So starting position is at index position 0 until 21. So because it's not inclusive of the ending position, we increment it by 1 at 22. And so this will return 1. Right? There is one occurrence of the word immutable. And so this is how to use the count method along with the 3 parameters substring, start, and end parameter to check the number of times a substring occurs in a specified string.
If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the notification bell for weekly videos. Please share the video with anyone who you think would benefit from the content, and comment below what topics you would like to learn. If you would like to support this channel and have the means to do so, the best way will be via my Patreon link in the description below. Happy learning, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.